Alright, what up, y'all? It's Metaphor, back for more to kick the raw, representing everyone's you and not verse. So yeah, wanted to do a video on how to use your Mercury and your Venus at the same time, a little bit of where it derived from, right? So you're going to start it off with where it exalts from. You have Venus exalted in Pisces, meaning that with the water, mutable water, being able to adapt to others' ways of feeling. With the Venus aspect, Venus being appreciation, love for people, places, and things, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't always have to be a person, right? And then, boom, on top of that, you use your Mercury, and Mercury, I don't think out of exaltation, but you got Gemini and also Virgo being at home here, right? And then, just a side note, off of the home, with that aspect, you got Venus being at home in Libra and also Taurus. So in Taurus is fixed Earth, being able to be being fixed, so being kind of stuck in your own ways, or not stuck in your own ways, but stubborn or consistent on your own way of loving or appreciating, right? Because Earth being practicality, logic and left brain type shit, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you're able to consistently give this appreciation and love, this is why Taurus is at home here, because them receiving that, they're able to, reciprocate it. And our Earth sign being logic, you're able to be consistent on your way of receiving this love and giving it right back, because when you receive this love as Venus, you're able to internalize it. And usually whenever you're able to internalize what someone's saying and then not react but respond, this is what earth signs are real good at. Fire and air signs tend to just react, water signs a little bit too, but they're intuitive, so sometimes they can hold themselves back. But earth signs, just like play it cool. They play it cool, calm and collected. So that's a little bit about Taurus being with Venus. And this is a little bit of what do you call that? Before you get into what you're saying, motherfucking shit, I forget what it's called. But yeah, with Libra, it's initiating, creating new ways of being able to communicate and also think about things in the right way. I was gonna say air being its element. Air is also a left brain sign, being logic, and like I said, like logic, it takes logic to think and communicate, you see what I'm saying? And then with Venus being here, you're able to, and then okay, so one little tangent side note, Saturn is exalted in Libra, right? So this is where Saturn comes from. So boom, whenever you're able to initiate and create this new way of, it's like, I think of Libra as like a builder. Like Libra build with the communication, but Taurus build with the actual, earth element, and Libra kind of build in the sky and then gets you to actually, bring these thoughts down, because they really make sense, and they sorry, I gotta text y'all. But damn, I kind of almost got lost. But they are able to, structure the conversation in a way that you're not going to be offended by what they say, but they're always going to say exactly what they mean. It could sound roundabout way. You may have to think about it after the fact and really, really consider what the context of why they were saying what they're saying and how they were saying what they're saying. This is it's a real airy thing. If you don't got a lot of air in your chart, you know what I'm saying? This is this for you pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get into the video a bit. So, whenever you're able to use your appreciation, being the second house, which is Taurus, the second house, birth Taurus, right? So you're able, this is where you have your value and your appreciation, right? And then you also have your seventh house where Libra was born, which would be your ability to help others out, you know what I'm saying?
In 1 mile, the destination is on your right. Dave's Diner.
Alright, and I'm almost at my spot, so you know what I'm saying? Get to the point here. So whenever you're able to Mercury, think, communicate, use logic with your appreciation, being Venus, use logic with your appreciation, your love, and things of that nature. It's like when you when you adapt to this, like, it's like your eyes is your second house. You see what I'm saying? You know, your first house is your head. You see what I'm saying? Your crown, right? Second house is like your eyes and your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, your eyes. And third house being your mouth. You see what I'm saying? And the motherfucking well, I would say the second house and the third house kind of coincide with the mouth, because you speak and you also eat. You know what I'm saying? You value what you say, but you also, you know, I mean, you value the food that you put into your body. You know what I'm saying? Third house is like, you know, like I say, your vocal cords, and that's why I say it's a bit of the second house. But yeah, and then your fourth house being your heart. But we get into the second and the seventh house, you know, and then your fifth house being your solar plexus chakra, and your sixth house being that sacral chakra, right here, and like in between the sacral chakra and the solar plexus. You see what I'm saying? Like kind of like all your motherfucking internal organs, like your kidneys, your livers, and shit like that. And then your seventh house would be, like I say, your spinal cord, your ability to bend over backwards for somebody, you know, help somebody out. And like we say, Libra being where the seventh house, being the sign that the seventh house birth, it's like initiating, creating new ways of communicating and, you know, logic and things of that nature. That's why it's like you helping somebody out. You know what I'm saying?
The destination is on your right. Dave's Diner. Arrived.
I'll make a little part 2 to this as well. You know what I'm saying? Because this is some deep shit. So whenever you're able to use your second house, right, and your third house being, you know, second house is Taurus, third house being is the one that birthed Gemini, and then you have your seventh house being, you know, Libra, you know, like seventh house birthing Libra. You know, this is your, the seventh house being your Venus aspects. So your ability to help somebody out and also value, you know, who you're helping out, right? You know, think about it like you kissing somebody with your mouth. You see what I'm saying? And then boom, you have your third and your sixth house, your Mercury. So your ability to communicate this value that you see and this motherfucking appreciation for, you know, what you're visualizing, right? And also to get a little bit deeper with it, depending on your Venus alignment, it will depend on what you actually appreciate and how you see appreciation in general. So, you know, I could bring it to the, you know, Venus, you know, aspect and everything like that, and go real deep with it with a certain sign in the chart. But I'm going to say that for the video. But yeah, and then this Mercury being here, that third and that sixth house being able to adapt to other people's ways of communicating, being that Gemini, and thinking. You know, Gemini want to know your thoughts. They're very curious. And the sixth house being Virgo, being that mutable Earth, like, you know, finding all the details within an aspect, and also, you know, communicating about these things. It's a hard communication. You know, to bring it to the tarot a little bit, the Earth is Pentacles and the air is Swords. But yeah, bring it full circle before I, you know, make this part 2. Whatever you value with your second house, right, and your Venus and things of that nature is what you actually think about with Mercury. So it's like, you know, the deeper you go into your chart, the more influence it tends to have. You know, all these planets, you know, still transit throughout, but to say like you have a longer transit with your with your Venus than you do with your Mercury. So, you know, Mercury is a little bit closer to the sun than motherfucking Venus is. So yeah, you know, think about it that way. So boom, first you're gonna have the way that you think about things and the way that you see it. You know, that's gonna be influenced. I mean to say, first you're gonna have the way that you value and appreciate things, the way that you're brought up. You see what I'm saying? Your morals, kind of thing like that. That's a bit of the ninth house, but it kind of go into the second house. You know, value, you know, like family values is what I'm trying to get at right here. In that seventh house being your relation house. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the way that you relate to others and the way that your family values were is kind of how you think about the world. You see what I'm saying? Being Mercury. So Mercury being your third house, right? Being the way that you actually externalize your thoughts in the environment, the third house, right? And the sixth house being the details, like I say, if you're looking at the body, it's also all your you know, inner organs like your kidneys and stuff like that, your colon and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, I wanted to bring it to the actual logic of it before I make this part 2. But yeah, much love, y'all. I'm gonna come back and do a part 2 soon. Much love.